So it's one of probably a dozen days in Houston that I can have the door open to the shop. So in a couple days, I'm gonna be heading out with APLazer to Bristol, Tennessee to visit Motorhead Garage's, well, garage. So let's make some goodies. I figure if I'm gonna be on the show anyway, I'm gonna make them a sign with their logo on it. And I haven't taken you guys through this process in a while, where I bust out the torches and all that good stuff. So we're just gonna get a little bit crazy today. Just a little bit crazy. 6 inches right there. First thing I like to think about when I'm doing sign design, especially since I'm going to be flying, is how big my luggage is. So I measured my suitcase and it's about 22 inches. This is about 9¼ tall. This is just white pine from the big box store. So we're gonna cut this down to 22 inches first. We're doing these rustic signs. You don't necessarily have to, the wood doesn't have to be great. As you can see, there's a crack down here. I'm not too worried about that. But the thing you really wanna focus on is the knots and the width of the grain pattern, and make sure that those got variance. Like this big fat boy, we want that. See how it's wide here, narrow here? We want that. These are things that we like, kids. We like these. I always like to do 2, just because if I burn one and I don't like the way it looks, I've got a spare. So we're gonna do both of them. Foreshadowing. Here's a look you guys haven't seen on me in a while. What do you think, I sold them all? These are my grill blazers, baby. These ain't going anywhere. These is like family.
You don't turn your back on family.
You're doing wider stock like this, you're always gonna get some warp. It's just almost unavoidable. It's the reason you'll see a lot of people do like the 4-inch boards. I went ahead and once I got done burning them, I always heat the back a little bit to kind of get that warp to kind of pop out a little bit. And then also a lot of times I will put weight on them for a little bit, but as you can see, I mean, this is always gonna have like a little bit of a cup to it. All right, questions out of the way first. This little rig right here is called a jaw horse. I will link it down below. Biggest question I get asked is why y'all's results don't look like mine. If you're not getting a good gator all over the place, you're not burning deep enough. Your edges should look crispy like this. Like, see how this is ashy and gross? That is what you're looking for. The item I will be removing the char with is called the Restorer, and this thing has a 60 grit nylon brush on the bottom of it, and if you want to know if it's worth it, it's absolutely worth it. Link below. Not getting this down to 3 colors, like a light color, a medium color, and a dark color. You're either not burning it deep enough or you're not taking enough char off. This next part's totally optional. If you don't have the equipment, you don't need to do it. I just like the way it makes everything look. I'll be using kind of a medium shaping disc from Kutzall on my angle grinder. You could do this with like a flap disc too. It's just, this is gonna be a little faster, a little bit more convenient for me. Next, it is arts and crafts time. So don't forget
to glove up.
For this project, I'm gonna be using red Folk Art Ultra dye. I will link this down below if I can. At one point in time, they were pulling it off the shelves everywhere, but I think you still order it online. They used to have it at Michael's, it was really cheap. I have a couple of these because of that. Your red dye of choice should do just fine. All right, so we got our first one on the laser bed. We're gonna run a quick frame. All right, guys, and I just have the Motorhead Garage, the bottom part of it, in here in Lightburn. We've got it set at 25 inches per second speed and 38% power. for the SN4024. This is a 100-watt laser. What I'm noticing as this is going along is there's not as much contrast as I would like. So basically, I'm probably just gonna run the same speed and power again and try to cut down a little bit deeper into the wood and get a little bit more of that light wood coming out. So see, you can see that it's lighter already. So basically what I did, I ran the same thing. I turned the laser up to about 50% power. And you can already see you're getting a better contrast there between the wood and the dye. All right guys, and I had to step away to have dinner with the fam. So it was actually the next day, but I still haven't had a chance to take the sign out of the laser yet. So we will do that together. I checked it out. It looks, chef's kiss. But first, I'd like to say thank you guys for sticking around till this time in the video, especially my patrons who help keep the lights on in the shop. And an extra special thanks goes to my top tier or Boilermaker patrons, Stephen Mann, Eric Weiss, Derek Coates, Chuck Faulkner, Andy the Viking, Todd Stewart, Jason Ayers, Reed Means, the Adirondack Guy, Tina, Derek Steele, and Voltage. That's right. It's actually the next day, so it's in the morning and I'm having coffee. So cheers. All right guys, we're gonna head to the future and give you a little behind the scenes in Bristol, Tennessee at Motorhead Garage. And it's my understanding that they are not gonna air till probably February of next year. Roll that beautiful bean footage. So we got in last night, went and ate some dinner. I watched a crappy movie on TV and went to sleep. So nothing real eventful, but obligatory hotel room tour. The kids always like to see the hotel room. So here's the bed. That's where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean sleep. And then this is the bathroom. That's where the real magic happens. Travel food. And that's it. So I'm gonna get some food. Brekkie, as they would say in Bluey, and then we'll get to work. I know you guys want to see it. Come on. All right, and there we go. So we do have like a little bit of charring right in here, probably because I should have used a different lens. I should have probably used a little bit wider lens just because of the cupping of the board. All right, so now this is ready for finish. Let's go do that. I almost forgot the camera and the tripod and everything. We're doing this outside. We're just using a little bit of clear, kids, a little bit of clear. We're just using a little bit of Minwax Clear Aerosol Lacquer Satin flavor. All right, guys, what do you think? I dig it. If you want to see more laser goodness, watch this video.